Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. My name is Emilio Suarez and I'm here because I want to help you create and write better scripts. Now what I want to do with this little videos, it's kind of give you exercises so you can use them, and if they work for you then you can maybe improve your screenwriting and your screenplay. It doesn't matter if you have never written a screenplay before. The point here is that you want to write, and sometimes we have these scenes that never works in our screenplays, or we feel that they're just kind of boring, or there's not a lot happening, or we just fill them with lots and lots of explosions and things flying around just because we have two people talking about something, and something maybe not that interesting, or we just feel that scene with beautiful scenes with beautiful camera movements but don't say anything. That's like you going on a date with a very pretty person who has nothing interesting to say. In this occasion, what I want you to try, if you already have a screenplay, a story, take a scene, the scene that you think needs more work, or any scene that you want. If you don't have anything, just invent something in the moment. You don't need to write it in a format or anything. Just write your scene. Every time, in every scene, something needs to happen. There has to be some kind of a change. The character wants to go to a place, from one place to another place, and that's the scene, how the character goes from this place to this other place. Okay, that's how it works. Now the problem, lots of times, because I have committed that crime, it's that sometimes I just write scenes that are pure exposition. Okay, I just want to give some idea what's going on in the story, and that's okay, that's fine, you can use it. Everything has to go with how you're gonna do it. Now if you have problems with the scene, just do this: think about expectation and reaction. Expectation is what you think it's going to happen when you do something, and the reaction is what happened because of that thing that you did. Have you ever been in a situation where you see somebody from far away and it's waving you, and you just, as an action, just as a reaction, you just move your hand like, hey, but I don't remember the person. Who's that person? Maybe that's somebody who just likes my YouTube channel and wants to say hi, but you start looking at the person that's just going in your direction, walking towards you. So you do, oh my God, who's that person? What's the name of the person? I don't remember. I've never seen that person in my life, I think. But keeps on walking and walking and walking, and you're just start creating this expectation in your head, like, I'm not gonna remember who the person is, but I'm just going to act like I know the person. And I know that the person's gonna tell me something that's gonna make me remember who the person is. And then the person gets closer, 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 and the person just go and pass you, and you start hearing the hi, how are you doing, to a person behind you. It wasn't ever meant to say hi to you. Now you feel stupid because you did this. And you start thinking about, oh my God, I did this in the same way that the person behind me was doing this. And we were just like making a, I don't know, a choreographing dance of saying hi. That's the result of your expectation. Now, in a story, you need to know your characters. Let's talk about the protagonist, okay? You need to know your protagonist, everything about the protagonist. Not only how the protagonist looks or reacts, but how the protagonist thinks and feels, the subconscious of the character. You need to know everything. And you need to know that for every single character that you write in your story. You are God in your universe, okay? So you know everything. You have to put yourself in the character's shoes. Imagine that you're writing an action film and the character is on a helicopter, okay? and the character needs to jump from the helicopter because of whatever situation it's going on. You have to think, if I were that character in that situation, what would I do? Now, not what you do as a writer, because probably the most of you wouldn't jump from a helicopter. Maybe some of you would do it. I'm not gonna do it because I'm scared of heights. But you have to put yourself in the shoes of the character, in the life of the character. If the character had some training of some way, what would the character do? How the character feels in that specific moment, and how the life of the character have been all his or her life, and what would the character do? You put yourself in the character's point of view. Once you do that, the character's gonna do something, gonna make an action. Action doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna move. Maybe it's gonna say something, maybe it's gonna feel in some way, but some action needs to happen. That happened because the character has an expectation saying that if I do this, I can get somewhere, or I can expect all of this to happen if I do this specific thing that is very directly connected to me as a person. Once that happens, the world around the character starts to collapse. Okay? The world doesn't want to do what the character wants to do. So the world around him is gonna do things or the opposite just to block the character. Okay, that's very important, because that doesn't mean that another character is gonna do something to block him. Maybe it's not another character, maybe it's the universe around. So you have to put yourself, stay out of that character's point of view, of your protagonist's point of view, and enter the point of view of something else around the character. It can be even the subconscious of the character, because the character doesn't have any saying in the subconscious, in his own subconscious. But you can go there, or you can go into the point of view of another character, or you can go into the point of view of the world, of the universe, of something specific outside. You can go into the point of view of the helicopter. How do I do that? I have never been in a helicopter in my life. Exactly. You do that, and when you change your point of view, you start asking the same question again. If I were this, or this character, or this helicopter in this situation, what can I do that is logical with the things that are happening around, so I can do what I want to do, or I can block the character and what the character wants. It always happens when somebody wants to get inside of a car trying to escape, and the car never starts up. That's just have become a cliche, and it's wrongly used. People have been trying to fix it, like, now I'm gonna show that the character has a very, very old car that won't start sometimes, so when that moment arrives, makes more sense. Yes, make more sense, but you are expecting that to happen, okay? And why does the character gonna take his used car to a place where he probably needs to get out of the place fast? I mean, can he or she just go and rent a car for that? I don't know. You do that, but you do it in a very logical form. I'm the universe. What can I do about what that character is doing so I can block the character? And that creates a reaction that the protagonist receives. Then you go back into the character's shoes, receive that reaction, and then reacts again and again. And it's a back and forth thing. And that's what happened with stories, with little stories, with scenes. If you go by the bits and you give some logical thinking and sense to every line, every movement, your story's gonna go so much better and bigger and awesome and entertaining as hell. Try it. Just try it with one scene and let's see what happens, okay? Maybe in one scene your protagonist wins. Do this other little experiment. it won, but it lost something. Just try it. Try that if the character wins something, the character has to lose something to keep on moving forward. Don't give things easy to the character. Okay, even if the character, you think that the character deserves that, you're not writing that for because the character deserves it. You're writing because that's how you think life works when there's a person in that specific situation being that person in a specific way. If you want to know a little bit more about writing from the inside of the character, I have a preview lecture of my course on creating characters. I'm gonna put the card right here. Now just try it. Write it and let me know in the comments if that worked for you. I hope you have enjoyed this, and I want to keep on doing this, and I hope this helps. So if you want me to talk about something specific about screenwriting, I'm gonna try to research all I can because I don't know everything, but I'll try, and I'll try to help you in any way that I can. So I will see you in another video. Gracias, YouTube.